All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Allison Stickle, and I'm from the Education Alliance. The Alliance exists to mobilize business and community support for public schools. And one of the things we're passionate about is partnerships that increase college access to students like yourself. Today's virtual college visit is made possible with the support from the West Virginia Higher Education Policy Commission. And we are so excited to have Fairmont State University here with us today for a virtual college visit. I will be stopping about 3 times or so to do Q&As. So with that, we'll want you all, the teachers here, to be using the chat function to share with us what kind of questions your students have. So just to test that out, if our students here or teachers here could practice by chat or telling us what school you're from and how many students you have with us today. And looks like we just got South Middle School Morgantown in here. Welcome, South Middle Morgantown. As I was just telling the rest of the classes, we want to practice using the chat function. So if you would please kindly share with us how many students you have with us today, then that would be great. Other than that, I will pass it off to Lauren Lancaster of Fairmont State University.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are so excited to bring a little bit of Fairmont State University's campus to you. So today we have 2 of our student workers in the Office of Admissions and Welcome Center. They will give you an opportunity to tour campus. They'll show you kind of the ins and outs of what our campus looks like, as well as show inside of some of our residence halls. So we really get to have the opportunity to hear from our students. So great opportunity to hear the perspective of a current student who is here every single day doing the ins and outs of what they do in their classes. So we'll go ahead and get started here. We have Miss Sky Treadway with us here, and I'll let her go ahead and introduce herself.
Hi guys, my name is Sky and I'm a student ambassador here at Fairmont State University. I am currently a sophomore and I study psychology.
All right, and Sky, and where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Oak Hill, West Virginia, so it's the southern part of the state.
And why did you choose to come to Fairmont State University?
I chose Fairmont State University because when me and my family toured campus, it was actually the first place that I toured when I came on a campus visit. And I immediately knew that this was my home away from home, and these are some of the best memories of my life that I'll make.
Great. And then can you tell us a little bit about the different things you're involved in on campus?
Yeah, so I am involved in a club. It's called Chi Alpha. It's a campus ministry. So if any of you guys go to like Sunday school or youth group, it's kind of the same, but it's for college students.
All right. Thanks so much,
Yeah.
Sky. Next, we have Miss Audrey Alex. So she will give us a brief introduction of herself, where she's from, and then what her major is.
So my name's Audrey. I'm a senior here. I'm a psychology and criminal justice major with a minor in sociology, and I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, and Audrey, why did you choose Fairmont State?
I chose Fairmont State because of the small class sizes, and when I came to campus for the first time, I fell in love with the atmosphere, and it made me feel like I was at home.
Great. Anything you're involved in on campus that you would like to share about? Any clubs or organizations?
I'm actually a part of Alpha Phi Sigma, which is the Criminal Justice Honor Society. I really like to hang out with my friends there, do crime scenes, stuff like that. We actually just went to DC last 2 weeks ago for our competition, so that was pretty fun as well.
All right, sounds good. So Sky is actually going to be our tour guide today. So Sky is going to be taking you around on campus. You'll get to see all the different parts, see inside of a traditional style residence hall, as well as a suite style residence hall.
Yeah. So let's go, guys. We're going to head up the elevator. Awkward silence right now. So now we're going to push number 3. And you can see this lovely view behind us. Isn't it gorgeous? So now that we're on the third floor, we're gonna head on out. So we are now on the third floor of the Turley Center. We're gonna head this way a little bit more and I'll explain some more for you guys. So here we are on the third floor of the Turley Center. So in the Turley Center, you have many things for students, such as financial aid, student services, housing. So let's say you want to live on campus and you want to live in a residence hall, then housing would be your friend. We also have our we also have different offices along the hall as well. Let's head on out. You can say hey to some of our friends. So now we are along the middle of campus. So we're gonna head this way and show you some more of our lovely views. Isn't it lovely? So here to behind me, we have Hardway Hall. Hardway Hall is the home of our administration building. So in here, you could have career and development services. So career and development services help you with resumes, different things, and even finding internships along your journey in college. Also, you have psychology, sociology, criminal justice, national security intelligence, political science, and many other options in here. So this is a really cool building. It's my second home and the professors are awesome. Let's continue. Look at that gorgeous tree. So if you look to the right of me here, you see a parking garage. So one thing that's very awesome about Fairmont State University is parking is included in tuition. You don't have to pay anything extra to have your car here on campus. So you can park anywhere that a student decal is available. That says that you can park there. And on the 6th floor is for faculty and staff of the parking garage, but floors 1 through 5th, you can park on any of those that you would like. Let's continue. So also, if you look to the left of us, you see Jane's Hall. So Jane's Hall is our English and business, and we also have aviation in this building. It's super fun. I'm currently in this building for my English 1102. Super fun, just writing some papers, Let's go. So I'll talk a little bit while you guys see this lovely view. So as you can see, there are many cool things about Fairmont State.
you can see this little bridge area. So when you go across this bridge, it takes you directly to the Falcon Center. We actually won't be going across this bridge today, but the one underneath it that you see, we will be going across that. So if you look to the left of us, you see Morrow Hall. We will not be going in Morrow today, but it is one of our residence halls. So in Morrow, it is our traditional style. So you would share the restroom with your floor. But something really cool about Morrow is you could have the whole room to yourself. It's called a super single. So you have 2 beds, 2 closets, 2 desks. How awesome does that sound, right, guys? So now we're gonna head across the bridge and we're gonna go into Bryant Place. Bryant Place is where I currently live. It has singles and doubles, and it is non-traditional. So your restrooms are in your room with you, which is awesome in my opinion.
Lauren, it looks like it is kind of frozen now. I think we lost a signal when we got into that building. Okay. So while that is being, figured out, if the schools could, or if the teachers could kindly ask their students, what's one question that they have for Fairmont State University that we can answer for you right now?
Yeah. Okay, try again.
We can hear you again now. I think maybe the reception isn't as good and
Okay. Yeah, so I am not sure if we're going to be able to show you guys residence halls because the service isn't working in there right now. So unfortunately that stinks, but we can send you a link after this if you would like that shows some of our residence halls.
Sure, yeah, I can include that link in the video that we upload on YouTube tomorrow.
Okay.
But we do have a question from Fairview Middle. They want to know what the cost of admission is.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So the cost of admission varies from year to year, but our average that we say for students who live in West Virginia is about $17,000. That is your meal plan included, your tuition, your room and board, and many things like that as well.
Okay, great. And you guys probably get this next question a lot. What are some advantages of choosing Fairmont State over WVU?
Okay, some advantages of choosing Fairmont State University over WVU would be different things like your class sizes. So for me personally, the class sizes are very different. So we have a 1:15 ratio. At Fairmont State, there's typically 15 students to 1 professor. So that's really awesome to be able to have that.
Great. And that's all the questions we have for now, but I encourage all the middle schools out there, if any other questions pop in your head, go ahead and type them in the chat and we will address them at the next natural break. But go on with the tour.
Yeah. So as you can see in front of us, there's many students going to class. That's another really cool thing about Fairmont State and college in general. So when you're in middle school, you go to school around 7:15 a.m. and you get to leave at what, 2:30 p.m. ish. So in college, you could have 2 classes a day that are 1 hour long. So for me, I have class Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. And that's it for the whole week. So there's something really different about it.
And while we're walking here, we did have a couple more questions trickle in.
Yeah.
So Miss Bonnet's class wants to know, what is the graduation rate?
The graduation rate, that is a very good question. I'm currently not sure. But that information should be on our website.
Great. And then South Middle wants to know, where is the gym located?
Where's the gym located? Well, lucky for you, because we're about to head there right now, and I can
Awesome.
actually show it to you.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I'll explain a little bit of this building right here. So this is another one of our residence halls. It's Pritchard. It's pretty much the same as Morrow, just has some storage built into the walls. Also, up here on the hill, you can see Pence. Pence is where our police academy stays. That's their residence hall. And on the first floor is also where you could find campus police. Also, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know it might be a little loud in here because we are around lunchtime, but I'm going to try my best to where you guys can hear me. Yeah, so as you can tell already, this is the student hub. This is where most students hang out and have a bunch of fun. So if you look behind me here, you see we have Chick-fil-A and Chewacca, and those can be included in your campus meal plan. Or you could just pay with cash if you come with your family. So those are really cool, really awesome things. Also, if you look around, you see many students, but if you look this way, you see a floating track. So the floating track is equivalent to an actual track that's like around a football field. And then we can head this way. I know someone asked about the gym, so I'll give you a close-up of the gym. So what you're seeing right now is a fully equipped gym. We have everything that you could ever want or need in a gym. Also, it's included in tuition, so you don't have to pay anything extra to come to the gym here. So now we're gonna head up in the elevator and we're gonna let you see our dining hall. I personally like to take elevators because I get out of breath when we go up the steps. So now we'll head on out. Now you are seeing the cafeteria. This is our dining hall here on campus. So let me tell you some of my favorite things about the dining hall. So some of my favorite things are we always have cheeseburgers, fries, and chicken patties. You know, middle schoolers, you know, you probably love it just like I do. And then we also have pepperoni and cheese pizza and even plain cheese pizza for those of you who are super picky like myself. And then today we had what was the best lunch I think I've ever had here at Fairmont State. And we had pulled pork sandwiches with homemade chips. It was awesome. Also, behind me here, we have student health services. So student health services is where you can see a doctor or an RN with completely included in tuition, and they can even write you a prescription if you would like. Also, down there, we have counseling services. Counseling services will help you with anything that you struggle with during your time at Fairmont State, such as anxiety, depression, different things like that. It's really awesome to have something that's included in tuition like that at school. And we also have our textbook store that way. Yep. So now we will head back downstairs and I'll show you Starbucks and the bookstore. That was a lot of steps, wasn't it? So here you guys can see we have Starbucks, and inside of Starbucks is our merch store. So if you want a cool sweater like mine, or you wanted anything like a t-shirt, a pin, a water bottle, something like that, you can get it there. So now we're gonna head out of the Falcon Center and I'm gonna show you some other educational buildings.
Great. And while we are on our way there, I'd love to pause for a moment and teachers ask your students, what is the most surprising thing that you've learned about Fairmont State University so far? And Lauren, we also had a question on what the acceptance rate is. Would you guys happen to know what that is?
So I believe our acceptance rate is anywhere from 87 to 92%. I'm not exactly sure on that number. And I'm super thankful that they don't make me memorize numbers because that would be a lot.
Yeah. And I did
awesome.
look up the graduation rate. And you can correct me if this is wrong, but I think I found a PDF on graduation rates in 2019, and it said the average graduation rate is 41%. Does that sound correct?
I am not sure.
Okay. Well, Ms. Bonnet, that's the best answer we have for you for now. But it's good to see that you have a high acceptance rate, so that it's very possible and attainable for many, many students.
Yeah. So also another thing about Fairmont State is we're a test optional school. So you don't have to have your SAT and you don't have to have your ACT.
Oh, cool. So could you maybe go into depth about, what an SAT and ACT is?
Yeah,
In
so
terms.
an SAT and an ACT is a test that you take typically your junior year, sophomore, junior, maybe even senior year, and it's just you get scored. And Fairmont State offers different scholarships. So let's say you get a 3.0 grade. So let's say on your report card you have a 3.0, and then let's say that you get an SAT score of 1,000. So then Fairmont State might potentially give you $3,000 scholarship each year. So that's just an example. That's not an actual scholarship. That's just something off the top of my head. But there's many different scholarships that are available with your SAT and ACT score.
That's good to know. I mean, a lot of colleges do require at least an ACT, but we all know that, some people aren't as good of test takers. So it seems like a really good option for students who might fit that bill.
Yeah, it's super awesome to have that flexibility. And for myself, I'm not a good test taker, but I was not the best learner in high school. But now that I'm in college, I'm making way better grades in college than I ever did in middle school or high school. So it's possible, guys. So if you want to look behind us, you'll see that's the building that we were just in. Isn't it so pretty? Again, that is called the Falcon Center.
And while we're still walking through campus, I want to encourage you all to send any other questions that you might have. I personally have a question. So how many student clubs are there?
Yeah, so we have over 100 student clubs and organizations on campus. So anything that you would be interested in, as let's say you like to read books, there could be a book club. Let's say you like to ride bikes, there could be a bike club. Let's say you like to go kayaking, there's a kayaking club. Anything that you see that we don't have and you would like to have, you can request that in the Office of Student Activities, and they will be more than happy to do that.
Yeah, it's awesome. So how long, if there's a club that I want to start, how long does that process usually take?
You just have to mostly just send an email, and then they'll have you come in and fill out some paperwork, and then I'm sure you can typically start that day once you're approved.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's another pro to a smaller school, is that, there's less red tape in those kind of regards. So you could definitely start and make it your own, and you really get what you put into it.
So I'll go ahead and explain this building right here to you guys. So this is the education building. The education building is home to our exercise science, our nursing, and our many different educations.
Excellent. We actually had another question from Fairview Middle come in. They want to know what the library is like. Will we be seeing that today?
What the library? Let me show you something really cool. look right there. That's the library, and that's where we're headed next. So
Wow,
I'll show you what
these kids are psychic. Um, and also, do you know how many students are enrolled there?
Yeah, so we have 3,300 students enrolled at Fairmont State University.
Nice. And do you have an esports club or team?
Yeah, we do have an esports club. I don't know much about it because I'm not involved and I'm not really a gaming person, but I hear that it's super awesome. So now we're going to head into the library. So as you can see to my right here, we have a wonderful computer lab along with the Starbucks. So that means we have 2 Starbucks at Fairmont State University. So I'll explain a little bit more of the library for you. So here we're on the first floor of the library. First floor of the library has the Starbucks, the computer lab, along with Tech Commons. Tech Commons can help you with your username, your password, Wi-Fi issues, different things like that. We also have some different study rooms back here in the back. So normally there's some lovely ladies here at the desk that will help you with those things. Also, on the second floor of the library, we have our lead center. Our lead center is our tutoring center. So let's say you're taking a math class and you're struggling really bad. You can go up to the lead center, completely included in tuition. You don't have to pay anything extra. And there's people who have mastered that class that did super awesome, and they can help you with that and just help you succeed in that class. And then on the third floor of the library is our traditional library with all the books and all the cool seating. So now we're going to head out. Also, if you guys have any questions about the library or any questions about Fairmont State, we only have about 10 minutes left at this point. So go ahead and find your questions and type them in the chat so I can get those answered for you. So if you look along this wall here, this is some history of Fairmont State. This here is the hallway or the tunnel, and the artwork that you see here is students' artwork. So if you look at this building here, you might be saying, wow, that's a really cool shape of a building. That's because that is our science building. So from a bird's eye view, that means if a bird's looking down at it, it's in the shape of a molecule. So that's super cool. Also, the staircase in there are DNA strands. How cool is that? So we have different things like biology, chemistry, lower level math courses, and some other things in that building.
While we're walking, Miss Bonnet's class also wants to know, do you have a swimming pool on campus?
We do have a swimming pool on campus, and I'm so sorry I actually missed that, but it's in the Falcon Center. So it's completely usable for students. And then our swim team, we have a swim team, and they have their own swimming pool in the Feaster Center. So I'll explain a little bit of that for you. We're not going to be able to walk up there because we don't have that much time left. but we have our tennis courts, our football field, our feaster center. Our feaster center is where swimming and basketball, volleyball, all those really cool sports happen, along with University Terrace. University Terrace is another one of our residence halls, and we're going to send you guys that link so you can see all of these residence halls and how cool they are. So let's continue. It's a beautiful day to be walking around campus.
I was just thinking the same thing.
It's not too hot, not too cold. It's very pretty. The sky's clear. So now we're coming up on the engineering technology building. The engineering technology building is home to our engineering program, our architecture program, along with our graphic design. So another really cool fact about the engineering building is architecture. Architecture is we're the only school in the state of West Virginia that has architecture, and we're ranked pretty high in the national ranking. So I have something really cool to tell you guys, and I hope you're still paying attention because this is one of the coolest things I think you'll find today. So as you see here, I think we should get closer. Yeah. As you see here, these are some canoes. So you're probably like, why are there canoes on Fairmont State? And listen, they're concrete. These concrete canoes were built by our engineering program, and it's also a club. So if you come to Fairmont State in a couple of years, you can be part of the concrete canoe team. And the four that you see here are national winners. So that means they place nationally. That's awesome.
That's really interesting. So I take it that the purpose of the concrete canoes is for them to float?
Yeah, so they race
Huh.
them.
Huh.
Yeah, so now here to my right is Wallman Hall. So let's say if you're in the band at school, you could be in the band here at college, and you might even be able to get a scholarship for that. So just remember to keep practicing your instruments if you play instruments. Also, you see that big thing on the top that looks like a UFO? That is a student's art lab. So that's where many different art displays are that students have made. You could also see a communications class in here and many different art classes. So, and now we're pretty much back into the loop that we started. So we're at the Turley Center once again. So that concludes our tour today. And if you guys would have any questions, we'll stay on for a few minutes just so we can answer those questions for you.
Great. Yeah, go ahead and if you have any other burning questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. But I also want to prompt you guys with, could you name one positive quality that makes this college unique?
Yeah, so one positive quality that makes this school unique would be, for me, how many things are included in tuition that I don't have to pay extra for, along with just the relationships that I make with my professors. I know I wouldn't get that anywhere else in the state of West Virginia because our student to teacher ratio are 1 to 15. So personally, I know, let's say I go in 2 years, I'm going to graduate college. I'm going to go get a big girl job. And when I do that, I'm going to need letters of recommendation. So when I go to get letters of recommendation, I know that I could go to some of my professors and even my supervisor for the job that I have right now and ask them, and they would do it because I have built those personal relationships that I wouldn't be able to get if I was just in a classroom and I was cool with 300 people and I was just a number.
I really appreciate you mentioning that because I mean, it is really important that, you know, while you're in college, that you build those connections, because ultimately it's those recommendation letters that are going to get you the job that you
And
want.
even when you're in high school, some colleges for different degrees or different programs that you're trying to get into will ask you to have a teacher recommendation as well. I know I did that when I started college.
Great. And then Fairview Middle School wants to know what kinds of art classes are offered.
Yeah, so we have studio art, we have pottery, we have it's like sculpt art. So there will be something set up in the middle of the room and everyone will be drawing it from different sides of the room. So there's many different things. I feel like any art class you could think of, we could potentially have it.
Awesome. Yeah, and I encourage all the students, if there's any other unique things that you noticed about Fairmont State University, go ahead and throw in the chat. Miss Bonnet's class said that they were the one unique thing is that you only have classes 3 days of the week.
Yeah, that's
awesome. Yeah, that's really great. I think that's a huge benefit of being in a university setting is that you really build your own schedule. So it's always something to look forward to.
Yeah. So I also built my schedule for next semester. So after summer, when I come back to school in August, just like you guys will go back to school in August, I built my schedule where I realized Monday, Wednesday, Friday really works good for me because I can work on Tuesday and Thursday and I can have the evenings to do my homework. So it's very convenient for me as a student. So I did that again next semester, and where I have already adjusted to that, I feel like I'm going to come in and just be ready to start and go at it.
Awesome. And Fairview Middle also wants to know, is there any transportation offered by the college?
Yeah, so we have a bus service that goes to different places like Walmart. I'm not really sure where else they go, but if you ask to go somewhere, you show your student ID that you are a student here at Fairmont State, and they'll let you ride the bus for free.
Awesome. And Miss Bonnet's class wants to know, what sports do you offer?
What sports do we offer? So we are a D2, which is a Division II school. So we have anything from rugby to soccer to basketball to volleyball to many different things. You could look that up online, what a Division II, or even look on Fairmont State's website to see the different sports we have. I know we offer, I believe it's 18 of them.
Awesome. Yeah, I encourage all of the students here today to, it's never too early to start looking into college, and there is a plethora of resources online at every single one of these colleges that we've shown you this month. So I really encourage you to explore their website and even reach out to any of the recruiters and, speak to them. That's what they're there for.
Yep.
So is there anything else you want to add?
I believe that's all.
Awesome. Well,
I hope to see you guys at Fairmont State in a few short years.
awesome. Thank you. Well, we'll go ahead and end our recording there, but thank you all. Oh, wait, we have a couple of questions actually.
Okay.
How large is the campus?
How large is the campus?
Yes.
Steve, we're about 212 acres.
Awesome.
So pretty big.
Awesome. Nice big place and not that many students. So it feels like there's a lot of room to grow there.
Yeah.
But thank you all for joining us. I'll go ahead and stop our recording, but
Bye, guys.
all right, have a great day.